Hi, good evening. Thanks for tuning in tonight. My name is Brian, and you're watching Outdoors with Charlie. Tonight we're going to be tying another jig. Last night we tied this nice marabou jig and put this gold spinner on it. And tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Tonight we're not going to be using a typical jig head with a lead head on it. We're just going to be using a standard hook. And I'm going to start with a Mustad number 4 hook. And I went ahead and put this gold bead all around the hook up by the eye, and that's going to be kind of the head for our jig tonight. We're going to be using olive drab line. I've got some sparkly chenille we're going to be using for the body of our fly. I've got some olive drab marabou that we'll be using for the tail, and some green saddle hackle we'll use as well to give a little 3D. So we'll go ahead and start this thing out, and we're just going to make a few wraps down the shaft of this hook. And again, I'm trying to keep the line wrapped as close together as I can. Go ahead and trim off the excess here. And try not to get that line to get on the barb of that hook. Alright, so now I've got some marabou here. I'm going to go ahead and take about this, a little bit of marabou here. I got about 2 or 3 pieces. Really, it all just depends on how big they are. I want my tail, I want this to be a little bit longer. I'm going to make that tail about that long. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around 3 times, but I'm not going to wrap it real tight until I get it down the 3rd time. Then I'm going to pull it tight, so it kind of pull it down straight on top of that hook. Give it about 3 more wraps, good wraps, so it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and I'm going to trim the excess marabou off so it's out of the way. Alright. I think, I just thought about this, I didn't mention it earlier, but I think I'm going to put some flash in this thing. Why not? I like this flash. I'm going to kick 2 pieces out of here. Try to double them up where they're about the same here. Probably kind of hard to see, but we're going to double that up. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it in half. Okay. Then I'm going to grab those 4 pieces and I'm going to double them again and cut them again. Now I should have 8 pieces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those, but those are about 3.5, 4 inches long. I'm going to grab them in the middle and I'm going to put them right above that line on that marabou, and I'm going to wrap it 3 or 4 times. Good. Then I'm going to take this flash up here and I'm going to fold it back on itself, and I'm going to wrap it again. And that's just going to hold it down. Okay. So that's what we have now. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of my chenille here, and I'm probably going to need, based on the size of my hook, I figured I'm probably going to need about 6 or 7 inches of this chenille, maybe a little extra. Go ahead and cut this off. Alright. So I want to lay that on top of there. Get it down where it won't go anywhere. Now I'm going to take I've got a saddle hackle here. I'm going to take this on the very end, trim some of that off. We'll lay it right on top of that chenille and wrap it 3 or 4 times Okay, so it's good. It's not going to go anywhere either. Go ahead and take my line and wrap it back down towards my bead. Now when I get this chenille wrapped all the way up to this hook, it's going to hold that bead in place. It shouldn't go anywhere. What I'm going to do here is first I'm going to swing this around here. There we go. I'm going to take this chenille and this marabou, or this hackle, and I'm going to twist it together. And what that's going to do, in theory, is it's going to help that marabou from, or help that hackle from coming apart through through the abuse of the fish and whatnot. I'm just going to twist them together several times, and as that chenille wraps around that hackle, it's really going to cause those individual hairs to really stick out, as you can kind of see as I twist. And I like to get a pretty tight twist when I do this. So just several times. Alright, now that I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this thing. And let's see here. Alright. Looks like I've got a little extra material. One more time. There we go. Right about there. Okay. I'm going to take my line and wrap it underneath my chenille and wrap it right along the edge of that bead 3 or 4 times, and I'll go ahead and cut this off. Alright. So there we go. Just give that thing 5 or 6 good wraps. Okay, we're ready to finish it. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Alright, we're just about there. Go ahead and cut that off. I'll be careful not to cut any of my hairs. Alright. Now I don't have any fly head cement, so I've been using super glue. My fly head cement dried up on me, but I've never had any problems using super glue. It ought to do the job. So there we go. That is our jig. I don't know what you call this thing. Like I said, they sell them. I've seen them online. I've seen them at Bass Pro, and I've seen them in some other fly shops. But really like it. I've caught a lot of fish on this. I also make one that's black and red, and the fish really like it too. But this is a nice color, so kind of what it looks like. A lot of flash in it. So I want to thank you for watching tonight, and if you have any questions or comments, I'd like please leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. If you like my video, have any suggestions on things I can do to improve it, I'd love to hear your ideas on that. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thank you, God bless you, and have a good night.